Like the ball, West Ham just goes on. I love it go with all your mind, body, soul, and heart. You become a messenger of God. God, who you fight the cause of God, and God makes you a messenger. Alhamdulillah. is like mind, body, and soul, which is like a simulation of dreams. There's jealous life of Cash, cruel death of Saj, a mad resurrection of Chad, and they're from the land of Prophet Dawood. Three people who the Christian church try to sell out for their time. And mashallah, alhamdulillah, by keeping faith, by worshipping Allah, Allah guides us from darkness to light. So it's been alright. I've been losing my license soon. I think I've lost about 40 minutes or so. I'm not using on this car. Qualification. I've got like 8 GCSEs, 2 year level degree in Durham. I'm very lucky to have a degree in Durham with the grades that I had from my GCSEs and A levels. I got into theory, but I got 2-2 at the end of it, and I was very happy with that. And it's like I was very, the most confident time of my life. Gave me so much confidence. Before that, I didn't have the confidence, and it's like any school goer, you don't have the confidence to, there's a lot to achieve yet, and things like that, and mashallah, I got the grade, and I got confidence. graduation day ceremony, and I got caught in mental health. When I went home, I started choking. I had side effects of the acne face, and basically I started choking. Might have hit a nerve when they gave me the injection or something, but I couldn't lift my head up, and I started choking, and my spine started curling up. My brother, luckily, like, alhamdulillah, got control of everything, and it's a sign for me, a positive sign for me, that, just the fact that my brother was an ex-HO psychiatrist at the time, at the hospital that I went to in my hometown, and he heard about me. I told him that I could have moved to straight my neck. He asked me to consult, and then said, look, Ken's having problems with his neck. And he said, oh, maybe we should give him an antidote to the acne face he had the night before he left. And I was rushed to A&E, and my brother told the nurse there to give me a shot of procyclidine. He gave me procyclidine, and I was like this, like that. I was choking, and my legs were curling up. Everything apart of me was curling up, and my A&E gave me a shot of procyclidine, and I returned to normal straight away. Maybe that's what's needed for a lot of these former eating things, because I think it's like acid sex. If you have sex on acid, what will happen to your children's genetics? So you see a lot of deformities and things like that happen because people are abusing and using dangerous concoctions. And anyway, my brother then told me, look, you might have a case for negligence, but we never could get around to asking a solicitor to fight the case. And then when I got so angry with the fact that I nearly died, or that my spine nearly broke, that what I did was, one of the nurses came to see me on a CPN at home. A year or two later, I tried to stab someone, a nurse, but police didn't press charges, but I was in hospital for a year. I was in two hospitals. I was in one hospital for 6 months, and then another hospital for another 6 months. So I got out of there, and I just stayed normal. I just stayed there for myself. I don't think I got a problem. I don't think I'm mentally unwell or anything. As you can tell, I don't look mentally unwell. I don't think I got a problem. I think it's just agent provocateurs and the agent psychiatrists trying to buy souls and win souls. People who got good deeds, or just to socially engineer black people. And so I got out and I phoned the solicitors up and I asked them, look, I want to have a case for medical negligence. They said to me, you haven't got any damages, no injury, you sustained no injury, and because you returned to normal after the acne case, luckily that your brother was a psychiatrist at the hospital, but my back nearly broke. And then I was struggling a lot after that knife attack with the nurse. I was at home and things, and what happened was I was formerly in hospital, and when I went home, I took an overdose, but I went to sleep and woke up the next morning fresh. I didn't feel anything. I had a glass of milk before I went to sleep though. Mashallah, alhamdulillah, I don't know how I survived that, and whether I'm alive or dead or I don't know. It relieves me, you know, but Allah is working everything according to God's will. And I had another informal admission later on, because it was like the Iraq war and everything, and the Palestinian issue and all this, and it was getting me down, getting me really pissed off with all the discrimination and what I was going through too. And I was writing a lot too at the time, and what happened was I was in hospital, informal admission, and I got suicidal again. They kept telling me to try medication, and I wasn't allowed to smoke weed or anything, or take any drugs, and I wasn't allowed to drive or anything. So anyway, I was informal anyway, and about 3-4 nights I was sick of the place. I wanted to kill myself again, and in the morning, cleaning the trolley, I took a handful of detergent and swallowed it, and but there was a war drown, and I was going to own up to the fact that I swallowed some detergent. It was making me sick, but it happened in my absence. Later on, I was asleep, and I'd been puking up in the room that I was staying in. My brother comes to visit me, and we were told to go to visit his room. As we went to visit his room, my brother didn't like it because it was like smoky, so he went back to the nurse's desk and asked her, and he goes, is there another room? And she said, to take him home for a couple of hours. He said, are you sure? And she said, yeah. So my brother said, let's go home. Well, okay. So when we went home, we picked up some food from a takeaway. I ate in the cellar. My brother was held up with some delivery people because we just moved into a new place. And as he was with the delivery people, and I with my grandma told me before my consultant's appointment that, have some food. And I told her I'd be back in 10-20 minutes or half an hour. And I didn't. I got detained, and so we went out home, and I ate the food, and I went to the attic, and I already had it pre-planned that I was going to jump out the window in the attic. It's a first story window. So I jumped out the window and fell head first, and then I somersaulted around when I fell head first. My feet so grated the slate, and as I fell head first, somersaulted around and head up again. And as I was about to land, I saw a rock and thought I was going to hit my head against it. I went into a frustrating position, but I didn't connect with the rock when I landed. But I felt shudders in my back, and I lost movement in my legs. About 10-20 minutes later, my brother found me in the garden. He opened the bathroom window to peer outside and found me. And later I asked him how he found me. He goes, my shoes were at the front of the house, so he knew I couldn't have gone far. And he found the ambulance, and I was taken to A&E, and they told me I broke my back. So a lot of people came and visit me, but they noticed that I had a little bit of movement in my feet, so they were happy with that sign, that I had a little bit of movement in my feet. And so as that happened, I was in hospital for like 6 months. I had 2 surgeries to my spine, and then I was moved to rehabilitation in Pinderfields. So I had to still comply with the mental health treatment, because after that jump, I couldn't say to myself I wasn't mental anymore. That just stamped it, rubber stamped it that I was mental. But I felt really embarrassed with the fact that I was mental, and now I had a spinal injury as well. So I had rehabilitation, and they got me back on my feet, and we were walking crutches. I was in a wheelchair, and I was in outpatient appointments. I had to go to what is it called now? Physiotherapy, and I better put some petrol in. Let me tell the story. I got enough petrol to tell the story. And so I got my brother was helping me to walk and that, you know. I bought a pair of parallel bars because I had a little bit of movement in my legs, and the stepper made my ass stick out a little bit, you know, like a woman's ass. Still suffer with that. I wish I never did the stepper that much. But I was trying to get running again and get fit again, and as I used to go to the gym 3 times a week with my mates, with my cousins. I got really healthy, and I was alright at 24, but I just had really bad days. I don't know why, you know. Medication was side effects or something like that, you know. It was aripiprazole I was taking at the time, and it had like both an antidepressant and an antipsychotic in one tablet, and you can only handle it for so long. After a bit, it becomes a fucks you up. You can only handle it for so long. You can't handle it forever, for all your life, and you have to come off it. You can't keep on fucking pushing it down your throat and so you keep taking it. Bullshit. You should be able to decide when you need it, when you don't need it. You shouldn't be up to the doctor to decide how much dose you can take and how much medication you take. He has no idea about your physiology. He has no idea about the chemical makeup of your brain, about all the chemistry, everything. They have no idea about your background. They have no idea about where you're coming from. They have no idea at all. All they know is some protocols of swayed up conditions and laboratory tests. That's all they know.
better turn my car around. I'm going a bit too far out of the back part, yeah. And turn around here. And so, like I said, they're just agents, agent provocateurs, agent psychiatrists. All they're in it for is to enslave humans. So I broken my back, and I found submission. I was in a wheelchair. I started reading about submission, about the mathematical miracle of the Quran, and just surviving that fall and surviving that AccuFace. You know, it was signs for me, and my brother being an SHO, my other brother being a teacher at the time, and I was told I had a negligence case. So mashallah, you know, what goes around comes around. When you're faithful, you read what you saw. There's always a spin or something. God is knower of all secrets and declarations. God never is, nor does he forget. And so they told me I had a negligence case, and I'll go back on my feet a little bit. I was walking on crutches and things, and then I had nerve damage in my right leg, and I couldn't straighten it. And they told me that I needed to wear a brace. That screwed me up. That gave me arthritis, really bad arthritis. It was uncomfortable. It was like a polio brace. It fucked you up even more. I had muscular atrophy in my right leg, and my left leg was really weak too. They're really weak legs. I can't walk for long. Anyway, so then I got married after about 7-8 months of being a smitter. Mashallah, and reading my stilars. My grandmother told me that now it's time for you to just get praying, you know. My grandmother's in the final stages of her life too, and she wanted me to get married. And she found a neighbourhood girl who was a close friend and close relative sort of thing, same area in Kashmir where my parents are from. And so I decided to get married. And she was alright too. She was looking to get married quickly too. She was getting old. She was getting on a bit. And plus she had outstayed a visa. So my condition of being a spinal injury mental patient and complying with treatment meant, you know, I could have a chance of getting a visa for her and things. So I got a visa for her in 2012, and we got a visa for her, but it wasn't like a passport or anything. You know, it was just like a leave to remain in the country. But she's headed for citizenship this year. It renews every 3 years, and that was in 2012. So she had 3 years and then 2 years, a 2-year leave. So now it's British citizenship. And at the same time, when I got a visa, we got a settlement figure from the solicitors for my back injury, because the consultant had wrote in the notes, you know, before any leave or any discharge was considered, a risk assessment by a qualified doctor should take place. And as it was a nurse who would let me go at the time. that was lucky. So mashallah, alhamdulillah, that's pulled us through. It's pulled us through hard times. It's kind of hard now. I went to a really good peak, and but then I started getting a bit reckless. I started dabbling in shisha and things like that, and other things. But before that, I was really productive. I got into music. I was writing. I wrote a lot of books. As soon as I was in a wheelchair and become a submitter, I started thinking about mind, body, and soul, and easy as 1, 2, 3. So I started. I just that was alright. And then mashallah, we went on holidays to the Seychelles. My wife was expecting, but we had a miscarriage. 2 kids. She's had 3 miscarriages, and we go out. But now we're blessed with 3 sons, 3 children, 1 daughter, 2 sons. Alhamdulillah, you reap what you sow. And so just read your salah, and that's the best way of dealing with time. And observe the contact prayers, salah, contact prayers, read the Quran, choose the Quran, which tells you that the last day is a certainty and it's a promise of God, and last day is a promise, and hell will be ignited on the last day. So either you're like all-seeing eye and heaven is on earth, or you believe the Quran is words of God, codified by 19. Okay, I've got to put some petrol in now, inshallah. I'll see you later, guys.